Yep, that's me. That crazy dude digging something and hopefully finding a gold nugget. Just a joke. But before you decide to judge me that I'm working in a suit, etc., I would like you to actually watch this whole video and then make your judgments later on. I've sped up the process here. We're laying the foundation for Serqet Leather Library. I've explained that in a video what it is, and when you see me going off, like for example this one over here, it's just the heat is unbearable, but I think it's a good exercise if nothing else. It's around 11 or 12 p.m. I'm not sure when I recorded this, when everything was going smoothly. I went to take out the dirt. It's around 100 or 200 meters away from the spot where I'm digging. And I'm gonna let you enjoy a little bit of manual labor because they always say it's way easier when somebody else is doing it, when we are watching it. And of course, I would love if you would listen to the rest of the video. Until then, what can I ask? Subscribe, like, thank you very much for the support, and of course, I'll see you in the next one. God damn. The heat is insane, and right now it's 11:25 p.m. And the reason I have chosen to do this during the night, well, I started around 9. I think it was still crazy hot, freakishly hot. Um, so I decided to do it during the night because it's easier basically than to be on the sun whole day. But the thing I wanted to tell you is the story I have never told so far, even to my followers. We are on the market, if I can say that way, for around 4 years. I think this is the fourth year, and I have never told this one before. You were probably wondering what am I digging, since we're still hooking up with all of these. We're making Serqet Leather Library. Basically, it's going to be a special place where we will have all of our leathers, and when the client comes, this will be the first room they enter. Basically, they will be presented the leathers, the boxes, the choices, the colors of the threads, etc., and they will make a combination for them. So it will be like a reception slash showcase room where we're gonna have all the leathers, all the shell cordovans, etc. But I know most of you are, God, this heat is insane. I know most of you are here probably wondering why am I doing all of this in a suit? And there is a very interesting story behind that. Well, maybe interesting for you, but it taught me a couple of lessons in life. Um, Let me get closer a little bit. Basically, when I was 9 years old, my father he left me, and
my mother. I have two older sisters. They're 8 and 9 years older than me. So we all went to live with our mother. And funny part about that is that my father is right now next to me in the house, and he's calling me neighbor like 20 years later, etc. Even more. God, I'm old. I'm 36 now, so it's oh, I cannot count 20 something years. But what happened? Why am I digging in a suit? Um, Through my childhood, we were like, well, not through mine, but through my sister's childhood, we were like super rich. My parents, they're tailors. They had a private company. We had like 30 people working for us, etc. Then the divorce came up and everything fell apart, the war, and so on and so on, the inflation, yada, yada, yada. So basically, when I was born, which was in 89, um, everything started to fall apart. When the father left us, left me, and my sisters, and my mom, etc., um, the first job that I ever got was digging trenches. Actually, we were cleaning the trenches in the local villages, and we were after that, I've started cleaning the yards, digging, etc. So basically, the manual labor. And at that time, I didn't have like decent shoes or decent clothes or anything, for that matter. Um, the whole I can't say that my mother didn't try. She was doing repairs for the suits, pants, etc. But you know, three children, grown up. Well, not so grown up, but three children. You had to put the food on the table, and of course, since I'm the only boy at the moment, the only man in the house at that moment, um, I simply felt like I have to do more. Um, I finished two middle schools, and I finished college as well. I'm a lawyer by profession. And throughout all of that, when I was digging trenches and when I was cleaning, um, I told myself I will never do that again. And as odd as it might seem, I can easily pay someone to do this, but I have a son today. He's 2 years old, and I didn't want him to feel entitled, to feel like he entitled. And the best way to showcase that is to present yourself. So if he sees what I'm trying to do, what I'm trying to build, I'm firm believer that it will push him to work as hard, to struggle for himself. Of course, I'm going to try to pave the roads for him, and that's what I'm doing here by building this complex in general and doing the leather business, which I love. Of course, he doesn't have to do that. He can pursue his own wishes and wills, but I want to teach him that he shouldn't be ashamed of anything because I had well, I have had a lot of nights and days without the food on the table, without whole shoes, without, well, without anything, basically, except my mother's and sister's love. And they were trying. I can't say. My mother was working like 16, 17 hours a day. And I think I got that from her to work like a horse. Funny thing. Um, so yeah, if you were wondering why am I in a suit digging the foundations for the Serqet Library, that's the reason. As you know, this will be the third uh, building in our complex. We have two so far. We have the leather studio, we have the laundry room. This will be the leather library, where we will have all leathers inside as a reception, as a showcase. I'm going to show you the picture somewhere over here. This is just a rough idea how it will look like inside. On the outside, we're going to do the facade as we did with everything because with the wood, we cannot control the humidity, the temperature, etc. With the facade like this, everything is sealed and we can't do that. So on all the objects, we're going to do that. You will see. I will do that by myself. Well, probably we're going to get some help along the way, some things that has to be done like in a day, etc., and I can't do it alone, and or I don't know, but we will learn together. Of course, your advices will be Very much appreciated. Um, the thing here that I want to show you, or at least to encourage someone, is never be ashamed or afraid of a manual labor. What we're doing, we're producing ultra high end luxury leather goods. We put gold in our things, in our products, and I'm very proud of that. But giving someone to do this for me would simply mean that I feel entitled, and then that will pass on to my son that he's entitled, and I don't want that to happen. I think I think that the history is basically teaching us, or let's say not a history. I would say that the life is teaching us that sometimes if we want to show something else, that we should do it by ourselves, and that we should struggle. I think the struggle makes strong people, and I would like my son to see that I'm a strong man, even though that's not always the case. But I'm trying to not show that in front of him ever. And a lot of guys might understand me, a lot of them don't. But when you feel the struggle inside, we've achieved unmeasurable success on the Balkans with the leather, and I simply felt it's not enough, because ultimately it's not the money that I want to leave behind, it's the legacy. But not the legacy in buildings, in products, the legacy in hard work, good thinking, right path, and so on. And I think, well, every parent thinks he's wrong, but I think I'm on the right path, and this is a good example. So before you decide to judge me, and I know most of you will say he's a crazy dude that is digging some foundation in a suit, etc. Last time when I was doing that, like 20 something, 30 something years ago, I didn't have anything. Today, I have basically everything I could ever wish for: a strong family, a son, a job, business, um, a good car, good life. I'm healthy, and I think I think I can do more. So I'm probably gonna finish for tonight. I'm gonna finish this. Tomorrow is Monday. I have to work. We have to make some products. The workers are also coming for my leather business. I'm probably gonna finish it on Tuesday. Tuesday, I don't have so much. I don't have to be in the studio as much. And then after that, I'm gonna film the foundation pouring, the concrete, etc. For now, I've dug just like 10 centimeters deep, because everything is will be risen up. Sorry for my English if it's not perfect. I haven't been speaking it for quite some time. We will have the concrete like 10 or 15 centimeters above the ground, and I think that's going to be nice. So I don't need a deep hole. Don't need deep foundations. Just 10 centimeters is more than enough. We're gonna have like 25 centimeters of foundation, and I think that's quite good for the object this size. It will be like 16 square meters, which is not much. Um, what can I say? Um, as for the title, I feel responsible, and I want to say something about that as well. I said um, I found $1 million gold nugget. When I say that, I think all that I have, the ideas and everything, is worth that amount of money, and as a nugget is a thought. I told you earlier when I've started all of this that I'm not quite sure. Well, I'm sure this is going to be a long journey, but I'm not in a rush. And I don't know. I'm just proud of myself, feel accomplished. Nothing beats a good manual labor day. and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, have a good night. Best regards, Serqet Leather.